It's time for SummerSlam. I mean, no, SummerSlam. What is going on, good people? And welcome back to another edition of the Juggernaut Show. And today we are here to predict WWE SummerSlam 2022. And I am here with Kicking It with Leo once again.
What's going on?
What's going on, Leo?
Not much.
Not much.
Chilling.
You ready for SummerSlam tomorrow?
Most definitely.
Most definitely. That's what's up. Yeah. I mean, the card doesn't look too exciting. I mean, there's some matches that have gotten changed. You know, like there was one match that's got taken off the card, which is Seth Rollins versus Riddle, because Riddle suffered the injury last Monday, or this past Monday, which kind of sucks with that.
They said it was a kayfabe injury though, but
I mean, if it was a it was a kayfabe
that's
injury.
what they're saying.
I mean, if it was a kayfabe injury, then they probably would announce oh, he has a surprise opponent, which we'll get into.
It might happen. It's a possibility.
It is a possibility. I've been hearing a lot of rumors, but go ahead and tell me what your thoughts going into the show. Are you looking forward to it? Are you not looking forward to the show?
It's one of those pay-per-views that a lot of people kind of look forward to, since the biggest part of summer, since they build it up as such. But it's kind of where it's not looking great. It's solid. Some of the matches look solid. I feel like they have potential to be show stealers of the match. Like, if they quote unquote say this is their last match, the Brock Lesnar match may be interesting to watch in case their last match. The Usos and Street Profits are probably going to tear the house down once again, like they did at Money in the Bank. So there are a few matches that are sleeper picks, I feel like, but have potential to steal the show.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So let's quit wasting time and let's get started with these predictions. So the first match that we're going to start talking about is, I feel like this is going to be the opener. So we got the Mysterios going up against the Judgment Day. Okay, so Leo, what are your thoughts on this match? Who do you think is going to go over in this match here?
When I first seen this match being announced, it was a toss-up. It's still a toss-up because it can go either way. Like, on one hand, the Judgment Day, like, they haven't been really getting wins like that. If you want them to be treated as a threat, you have to give them a big win. And if they get a big one over the Mysterios, that's a good step in the right direction. But you have the potential of Edge possibly returning to get his revenge on Judgment Day, specifically Finn Balor, because he kind of turned, all three of them really turned and kicked him out of Judgment Day. So you have that possibly going to happen. And then you have the possibility of Dominic Mysterio turning heel and joining Judgment Day. So those are like the two things that are probably going to happen. But I'm going to have to go with Judgment Day. And I feel like they need a big win. So, I mean, the Mysterios, they won on Raw. So I feel like they should it's no problem with them losing, I feel like. So Judgment Day is going to pick up the win here.
Yeah, I mean, this match is kind of a toss-up for me, like, because I feel like the Mysterios can get the win because I feel like that they want to bring back maybe Edge could get involved in this match here. Maybe
it's a possibility
through this match. I don't know, like, and cost a Judgment Day.
It's an ODQ match, by the way, too. So
this is a no DQ match, so maybe, Edge gets involved. Either way. I don't know, because there's these vignettes have been happening, for these past few weeks, and people were speculating that it's going to be Edge that comes back.
Possibly the Fiend, or maybe both are possibly going to come back. So, I mean,
with Triple H in charge, I wouldn't be surprised if the Fiend comes back. But there's other rumors about the Fiend come back in like other
it's going to be
matches also. But I'm gonna have to say Judgment Day wins as well because, just because the Mysterios got to win on Monday Night Raw. So I feel like the Judgment Day is going
Yeah.
to win. But I wouldn't be surprised if either team wins, and hopefully they don't turn Dominic Mysterio heel here. Like I hope they don't do that. Like I've been hearing rumors that that's going to happen. Like he's going to join the Judgment Day, which
I don't. My thing about Dominic turning heel, I get why they would want him to turn heel, but I don't think it's necessary. For me personally, I think they should just have them straight up have a one-on-one exhibition match and then call it a day. And no one has to turn heel, just a straight up exhibition match. Maybe Ray comes up and says, "I feel like my time is kind of winding down. I feel like I want to have my final match, and I feel like what kind of a better match would it be if I had one with my son?" So maybe that's his retirement match. I feel like, and then he passes down the Rey Mysterio mask, and then he dons the mask, and he keeps going forward from there.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go move on to the next match, which we have is match. This is a match I don't really care about that much. I mean, we got The Miz going up against. Oh man, I just completely forgot his name right now. What the heck is
Paul?
Logan Paul. Yeah, that's how much I care. That's how little I care about Logan Paul. I completely forgot his name there. Like this whole feud, like I mean, I have a feeling that, and we got a comment here from OCD Cam. He says Logan Paul is going to get the win.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean,
OCD Cam, I agree with you 100%.
I mean, because we saw the Miz turn on Logan Paul at WrestleMania here, okay, and this is more like a celebrity type of match here, and I feel like this, like I said, I don't really care about this match at all, to be honest. I mean,
I don't either.
Logan Paul, I mean, he's been training in the ring. He's been doing some decent stuff.
Yeah, I will give him that. But my thing with this match is like the WWE want to portray basically Logan Paul as a babyface. We both know he it's like the universe, the WWE universe is not buying him as a babyface. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
No one's gonna buy him as a babyface. Just turn him heel. He's better off as a heel. And he can be one of those heels that people love. It's nothing wrong with being a heel. Sometimes you have those lovable heels and then you have the ones that despise the fans. So there's different types of heels. He could be one of those type of heels that people love to hate, like The Miz. So I just don't see why make him babyface. It's not working.
Yeah, I agree. And The Miz, he's kind of not the best. I mean, he's good in the ring, but like he's just kind of bland, right? He's been bland as of recent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And this whole feud is dumb. Like it's been over the Miz's genitalia. Like what the heck? Like can they do something better? Like they're talking about.
They have something to say about this match. The only way I would probably get interested in this match. So we already know Tommaso Ciampa is going to probably be in his corner, and maybe Maurice might be in his corner. Imagine he's going into this by himself, no help, nothing, and out of nowhere, maybe I don't know if Triple H would tease this or not, or it just happens out of nowhere. Johnny Gargano makes his return to WWE and sides with Logan Paul and basically have like a little stare down with Tommaso Ciampa on the main roster. Two of the biggest stars from NXT 1.0 on the main roster under Triple H's guidance, and maybe you'll have a feud with them going forward, possibly leading into maybe what's the next pay-per-view? Clash at the Castle or something?
Yeah, Clash at the Castle.
Let's do that.
I don't know if I really see that happening, like bringing John Gargano for this. I mean, it doesn't really make sense a whole lot. I mean, it does make sense with like Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano because with their backstory, with their feud and stuff. But I mean, it doesn't really make sense. I don't know if they would do that in this match here.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying where it doesn't make sense, but maybe he just comes basically says, "I've been seeing what Tommaso Ciampa you've been doing. What happened to you?" Like that could be his whole little motive, like coming back. Like, what happened to Tommaso Ciampa? I'm trying to save my best friend from the Miz and see what he's doing to you.
So yeah, but I see what you mean.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna have to go with Logan Paul to win here as well. Like the celebrity is going to get the win here, and like I said, he's been doing pretty good. And OCD Camp said, he's an athlete, and I think he's been doing well in the ring. And yeah, like I said,
he's been doing good in the ring. His WrestleMania match was great. I liked the spots that he did. So he showed.
His WrestleMania match was really good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And he's a fan of the sport, and he's a fan of professional wrestling. So you gotta give Logan Paul that. But like I said,
Yeah,
I don't really care about this feud, and hopefully it's done after this. Like I
yeah.
don't see any reason to continue this feud. So yeah, give me Logan Paul here. And then we'll move on to the next match, which we have is the Raw Women's Championship match. We got Bianca Belair defending the title against the man Becky Lynch, or the Big Time Bex, whatever you want to call her. Oh man, this is a hard match for me to predict here.
Man.
Um, because this whole match is like culminating, like a year in the making. Because like we
Yeah,
have Becky Lynch. Last year she came back at SummerSlam and beat Bianca Belair like in, was it like 26 seconds or something like that?
yeah. It was 26 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, 26 seconds. So I mean, it feels right. Like I could see them giving Becky Lynch a win just because she's been losing so much as of late, and and she still gets she's still in the title picture, which is kind of crazy in my opinion. But that's WWE for you. You can lose so much. I mean, losses don't really hurt you in
No, they
WWE.
really don't. But
I
they
mean,
kind of been booking Becky's like, oh, I'm on my redemption story, or I'm gonna get back to the title, do whatever it takes to get back to the title. She tried to win Money in the Bank, that didn't happen. So like people are kind of saying maybe she'll get the win here. No, I don't think it would make sense for her to drop the title to Becky after the 1 year. It would just, and then plus like you would have, then that would lead to like another match, and I feel like people are gonna get tired of it. So you don't want to overdo it. So I think Bianca should win here, and then maybe who's somebody else? Like maybe you have Alexa Bliss waiting. She kind of teased she wants the title. Whoever wins here, you have what's her name? Not Ronda Rousey, but Rhea Ripley. She was supposed to have a match at Money in the Bank, but that didn't happen. So maybe she'll try to get a rematch at the next pay-per-view, especially if it's in the UK crowd. So people probably gonna cheer.
I was also thinking about maybe if they want to do Bianca and Becky at the next pay per view. Yeah, I mean, she is also from. I think she's Irish or
From
something.
Ireland.
Yeah, she's from Ireland. So
Yeah,
have her win in her like home. Have her win in like her. I mean, she's close to being home and stuff. The UK. Is close to
yeah.
Ireland and stuff. So maybe have her win at that pay per view and like have a huge moment. And also, the reason why I think also Bianca Belair is going to retain here is because she's in her hometown in Nashville,
Yeah.
Tennessee. Actually, she's not from Nashville; she's from Knoxville, but she's in her home state of Tennessee.
But there have been times where you had a wrestler who thought they were gonna win their home state, but they still didn't win.
But that was under Vince McMahon, so it could be
Yeah,
different.
that's a good point.
It
That's
could
a good
be
point.
different under the regime of Triple H here.
And I'm
So
excited for it.
give me Bianca Belair to retain her Raw Women's Championship.
I got
And
Bianca as well.
you got Bianca as well? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next match, which we have is okay. This is one match I'm looking forward to actually.
Yeah.
Like one of the best builds on the show, like this and the previous match. But yeah, so we got Pat McAfee going up against Happy Corbin. Leo, who you got winning this match here?
Pat McAfee. I just feel like there is a story there. Like they've been, like you said, like they both were on the same team from the NFL background, and now they're in the WWE. And now I mean, Happy Corbin, he's probably just gonna be there to make Pat McAfee look good. I feel like Happy Corbin is kind of fallen into that scenario where he's like one of these utility players. Like when people come up from NXT or something, like you put him with him and he can get you adjusted to like the main roster type of feel of things. So I think he's kind of in that role where Dolph Ziggler is right now. So I definitely feel like he's probably gonna lose here. I don't see a reason why would you have Pat McAfee lose. I feel like Pat McAfee has to win. You see, if you've been watching the feud, Happy Corbin's been basically getting the upper hand on him for the most part. He attacked him last week, and then he attacked him at Money in the Bank. So I feel like this is his opportunity to get his hands on Happy Corbin.
This is kind of another match. I kind of go like, yeah, it can go either way because like it doesn't really hurt Pat McAfee if he loses because he's on commentary and stuff, and it's like, and this is kind of like another celebrity type of match because he doesn't always get in the ring here.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Happy Corbin does win, and that's what I kind of feel like they're going towards. But who knows? I could be completely wrong here. Oh man, this is hard.
Because he's been getting the upper hand on Pat McAfee for the most of this feud. I don't think Pat McAfee's gotten any upper hand on Corbin just yet, so maybe he gets it at SummerSlam.
Like the reason why I think that Happy Corbin is going to win is because, you know, I mean, like I said, because like Pat McAfee, he's not a full time wrestler. You know, he's and like to have like two celebrities win, you know, on the like in the same night, it's going like, well, then again, it goes like, well, why, you know, make them look better than their, you know, actual wrestlers on the roster? Like, no, this doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna have to go with Happy Corbin to win here.
Okay, all right, Happy Corbin.
I'm gonna be different and go with Happy Corbin. I don't want to be exactly the same thing. So you know, this match might bite me in the ass, but hey, I don't really care. You know, it's you know.
Hey.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. Like I said, this match has like one of the most intrigue to it. But let's move on to the next match here, which we have is okay. This is gonna be a really good match. We got the Bloodline, or you know, we got the Usos going up against the Street Profits. They want the smoke. Oh man! So I definitely think that the Usos are going to retain here. Then again, you know, I could also see the Street Profits winning. I mean, a lot of the show seems like they can go 50-50. You know, a lot of these matches go either way, like 50-50 booking here. Because, you know, this is a lot of Vince storyline stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Usos to win here. Like, I just don't feel like they're going to lose until, like, Roman loses title. And that I probably already spoiled my prediction for the main event, but I mean, who cares? But yeah, I got the Usos to retain the unified tag team titles there. Who do you have winning here?
So I'm kind of torn because like you said, it could go either way, and then Triple H is basically running the whole show. He's basically booking the whole show. So I don't know if he wants to put a wrench, and he said he wanted to make a creative splash at SummerSlam. And it's like, and then it's a special guest referee as well. So I don't know
how. Oh yeah, I forgot that Jeff Jarrett in this match. Here.
So it's like, who do you go with? It's like the thing with the Usos. Every time when the titles aren't on the line, they lose. But when the titles are on the line, they win. So I'm gonna just go with something. I wouldn't say a little far out, but I'm gonna go with the Street Profits to pick up the titles in a shocking fashion. And then you can have that story where it's kind of looking like the Bloodline might be breaking up, because if there's anybody on that roster right now that has the opportunity to take the titles, it is the Street Profits, because nobody else has been built up to that status just yet. The New Day are doing stuff with the Viking Raiders, so they're out of the picture for now. And then if you don't have, and you have RK Bro, they're not doing any. They're basically broken up for the time being. So who else do you have outside the Street Profits? You don't.
I mean, you got Alpha Academy. I mean, that's one other team in there. Like, you don't really have much tag teams. Like the tag team division in WWE is kind of.
And I know they kind of been teasing like maybe the Street Profits are going to break up here. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I don't want it to see it happen just yet. I feel like they should do another title reign before they initially split. And I don't even think they need to break up. If they don't win the titles here, what I can see happening is once the draft happens, they can do something how they did with the New Day with Big E going to SmackDown, then the other two with Xavier and Kofi going to Raw. They could possibly split them up in the draft, so it's not like one turn on the other. I feel like that's the easiest way out of this one.
Wait, are they bringing back the draft?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be taking place either in early October or late September.
To be honest, I think the draft needs to, like, I don't feel like they need to have the draft, because like when you have like certain guys on one show go like, oh yeah, this guy's on this show, well, I'm not watching that show because that guy's not there, or like you know, vice versa. Like say somebody they like that's not on Raw, they're like, well, I'm not going to watch Raw because you know some people might just watch one show, you know, just for that one person. Yeah. So I feel like they should have. I feel like, I don't know if it's like, is it confirmed that the draft is coming back?
Yeah, they announced it. I think earlier this year. I think right before WrestleMania, I believe they were saying like how the draft is going to be basically coming back probably early October like they usually do, and then or maybe late September is the time frame that they're probably going with for the draft.
Which, I don't see a reason why having the draft right now because, the titles are unified right now. So, like, having guys flip back and
Now, if
forth
they
to each
were,
show.
if it
I mean,
wasn't unified anymore,
it's just a constant. I mean, it's just a constant cycle with, WWE. They had the draft and then and they like, oh, then they changed so much roles. They have let people go over to each show and stuff. And then the draft is completely pointless. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's not like how it used to be.
yeah, it doesn't have that feel anymore.
And so, I mean, if the draft happens, then it happens. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, give me the Usos to retain the titles here.
I got Street Profits.
Okay then. And then the next match we have is the United States Championship match. We got Bobby Lashley defending the title against Theory. Yeah, but I mean, Bobby Lashley's gonna win. I just don't feel like they need to put that title back on Theory here because he has the Money in the Bank briefcase. Like I said, I don't feel like he needs to have both the Money Bank and the United States title. But yeah, who do you think's gonna win this match here?
Bobby Lashley, because just like you said, I mean, the way you've been building Austin Theory for the past few weeks, he hasn't really been focusing on Bobby Lashley at all. He hasn't even been giving him any attention because he's really just focusing on who's ever coming out of that match with Brock or Roman with the title. So it's kind of like he's not really paying attention to Bobby Lashley. So I wouldn't even be surprised if he got squashed in this match. Just get obliterated by Bobby Lashley to the point he doesn't even think about cashing in later in the night.
And okay, that's another question I have. Do you think that Theory is going to cash in?
If he does, I mean, I feel like they kind of put themselves in a position because if he does, because people are going to be expecting him to cash in. So if you don't, you're kind of not fulfilling a promise that you kind of want. You have to go through with it. I don't see him winning the championship unless one of the titles were on the line. If he was to cash in, I think it's going to be an unsuccessful cash in.
Yeah, that's what I have a feeling. If he cashes in, he's not going to.
Unless you have a position to where, like how they did with I think it was Mr. Kennedy when he won Money in the Bank. He lost to Edge. Maybe something like that happens here where Theory might face someone maybe like AJ or Dolph Ziggler. He loses a briefcase to one of them.
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, Theory is definitely not getting.
He's not winning. It's too early.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to build them up to like possibly wait till some WrestleMania next year, possibly when Cody comes back, because he'll get a ton of heat for that.
Yeah, that's the way I feel like they're going to have it. Let him sit on the Money Bank for a little bit, because it's just way too early. Because like with heels, like you need to have them like tease out. They go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come cash in. Like keep them in the back of their keep them in the back of their mind. I mean, like, okay, could they cash in? Could they not? It's like that's what heels are supposed to be doing. And
but Roman and Brock aren't worried about him. You see what Roman had to say, like your dad's not here anymore. So base referencing Vince, like Vince is not here to protect you.
Yep.
So it's like, I don't know. I feel like Triple H kind of likes Theory. I mean, you've seen what he kind of did when he was with The Way in NXT. So he was good there. So maybe he'll keep building him up.
I hopefully build up more stars because they definitely need it.
They need them.
But yeah, let's move on to the next match here, which we have is the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We got Liv Morgan defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Ronda Rousey. Who do you have win this match here?
I have Liv Morgan retaining the SmackDown Women's Championship. Here's why. There's different scenarios that can play out, and all of them are going to probably include somehow, some way, Liv Morgan walking out champion. You can have possibly Sasha Banks come back or Naomi come back. Those are two. I mean, because at the time of me, when I did my prediction yesterday, at the time of me recording that video, basically Triple H is already in talks with Sasha Banks and Naomi trying to get them to come back. So maybe if anybody can do it, it is Triple H. Maybe they get involved with this match. But you also have people like Bayley possibly coming back. But I feel like if anyone to return in this match, it has to be Charlotte because she has beef with Ronda Ronda Rousey. So maybe you continue that feud outside of the title picture, but maybe you kind of tease that once Charlotte Flair is done with Ronda, she's coming for Liv Morgan in that title.
I mean, I don't see it out the realm of possibility with Charlotte getting involved with this. Because like there's been like heavy promotion, like, and she's not even on the card. And like they've been
No.
like in the vignettes and like wait. Like I had to go on to WWE.com and go like, wait, Charlotte's been promoted and stuff, and go like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Charlotte return because she always has to be around the title picture.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not the case this time with Triple H running it.
I just wonder how they're gonna have Liv Morgan retain the title. Because there was a promo that Ronda Rousey was saying. She said that basically she's Ronda Rousey, and she's Liv Morgan. Like if she wanted to, she can actually kick her ass in real life. I mean, Ronda Rousey's just a freaking beast, in real life. So I mean, I just wonder how it's going to happen. But then again, Ronda Rousey said that she wanted to drop the title to Liv Morgan, at Money in the Bank.
I feel like if they were to drop the title back to Ronda, do you not realize how much the fans will be upset? You will have people literally possibly wanting to walk out of the arena if that happens, because people do not want that happening. Like, especially with Triple H running things the first night. Imagine if Triple H ran things the first night automatically. Liv Morgan loses. I don't see him doing. I feel like he's gonna show Liv Morgan some love, because Vince probably would have dropped the title back to Ronda.
And for all the hard work that Liv Morgan has been doing, like as of recent, all the hard work that she's done, I feel like Liv Morgan needs to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah, I would say let her hold the title possibly till the Rumble.
Yeah, I want to see her to hold. I mean, I don't know about the Rumble, but actually maybe around the Rumble. Yeah. I mean,
maybe have her take the title off of Rumble, but like give her some credible wins. So like even after she loses it, she could still be a credible contender to be in the title picture.
Exactly. So yeah, give me Liv Morgan to win, and that's who you're going with as well.
Yeah, Liv Morgan retains.
Okay. And then we'll move on to the next match, which is the main event. We got a last man standing match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Yeah, that's a lot to say there. This is like the 7,000th time that we've seen this match, and
hopefully the last.
This is like the second least match I care about. Like you could do so much to try to build this match up, and I don't care about this match.
You're not gonna care.
Like we see this match way too many times, and yeah, I mean, who do you have win this match here, Leo?
I'm gonna have Roman Reigns retains. I think you see what kind of happened with Vince leaving. He kind of teased that he would possibly leave because I think they was like saying backstage, like when he had walked out, that basically what they were saying is from Brock's perspective, like, well, if Vince is leaving, I'm leaving too. So maybe this is his last match since Vince is gone. I've seen some different ideas of possibly how you could set up his next challenger or future challenger. Here's a little fantasy booking idea, and you probably might. I don't know if you agree, but you probably might like it. So if you remember back to 2020, who did Roman Reigns come back and spear when he first came back?
Who was it? It wasn't Brock. No. Who was it?
It was the Fiend Bray Wyatt. So what if somehow, some way, Triple H talked to Bray Wyatt, and he comes back, gets his revenge right there, and sets up a future match between the two.
That could possibly happen.
He speared him and then took the title the same week. Maybe he comes back the same way he did, but the lights black out and he's staring him in the face.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Most definitely. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have to have Roman Reigns retain title. I just don't see him losing the title until maybe the Usos start losing their titles. That I think that's gonna be the downfall of Roman Reigns when the Usos lose.
Maybe Drew. Maybe that's if one of the titles are on the line though, because I don't think. I don't know what Triple H running it. I don't know if he's gonna keep both titles on Roman. I feel like with Triple H, he might just take away one of the
I
championships.
think they take the Universal title off of him and let him be, this Roman be like on Raw or something, or something like that.
Yeah,
Then around Rumble season, maybe have, like I said, have Rollins maybe take the title off of the W Championship off of
at the
Roman.
Rumble.
Yeah, like probably at the Rumble, or maybe, or even the Elimination Chamber. Have him,
That
have
would
him
be a
not,
good one.
have him, get pinned in the chamber, and then you can
Where
have
everybody just teams up on him.
yeah, and you can still make him look strong, still make Roman look strong here. So I
Yeah,
mean that's in the realm of possibility. But yeah, Roman Reigns is not losing title here. Like I just feel like maybe, like you said, Brock could be potentially out the door here. Like I just feel like Brock's about done. And who knows? Maybe I don't know how how left Brock has on his contract. How much more matches he has to work and stuff. I mean, he'd probably work a few. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how long his contract is left.
yeah.
But maybe he might work maybe like a SummerSlam. Not SummerSlam. Maybe
Crown
like a
Jewel.
Crown Jewel, Survivor Series, WrestleMania. Maybe Rumble.
Yeah.
But I don't see him holding. He's a big enough draw without the title that he doesn't need to hold the title.
I feel like he should be one of those type of guys where, like if they're kind of like if they need something, they need that big star to get really catapulted to the next level. I feel like he would fit well in a role like that to like help like some of these younger people, get to the next level. Like, you could set up some dream matches. I mean, I don't know who you'll put against him. Maybe if you had Cody Rhodes face Brock Lesnar, that would do wonders for Cody Rhodes' career.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good match.
Yeah, but like I said, Brock does not need the title anymore.
No.
Like I said, he's a big enough draw without it. So, yeah, Roman Reigns is definitely retaining. And who knows? Even despite the build in the show, I think the show is going to be. I think it's going to be a good show. Like usually when WWE comes around to their big pay-per-views, they usually do pretty good. And also, I kind of want to talk about with Seth Rollins here. I feel like Seth Rollins is going to have a match, and like also, what's weird?
He's one of their biggest stars.
AJ Styles doesn't have a match on this show, which is kind of really surprising to me.
AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins?
No, I don't really see that happening because I don't. I mean, that would be a cool match to see. I mean, we saw a few years ago and stuff.
Yeah, that match at Money in the Bank was kind of cool. I liked it.
Yeah, back in 2019. Yeah. So I mean, that'd be cool if they run that back. But I just don't.
But what if they do have Seth on the card? Do you want to like add some predictions for who can possibly be his opponent?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at here.
So the top three, I mean, there's four people. The fourth one, I don't see it happening, but you never know. Mm-hmm. And that's Big E. Imagine him coming back to face Seth Rollins at SummerSlam because he's kind of been like back, kind of doing a little bit here and there. Maybe he is getting clear, but he wants to keep it under, like, down low where people won't know about it. Imagine the music pop he would get. Everybody would pop for him for sure.
True.
The third would probably be Edge. I feel like Edge possibly running it back with Seth Rollins, but I don't know. I mean, it can happen, but I don't know if you want to have him come back in that role since they already did that feud. And I just don't know where you would do with that this time around. So that's why I put him at third. The second one would be the Fiend, because the Fiend you're seeing in his if that was really the Fiend in those vignettes, if it was two people, right, and it was Edge and the Fiend, you see how Edge like basically the Fiend and Seth kind of had their feud, and you kind of seen Seth's face on one of those vignettes. What if that was Bray Wyatt teasing he's probably going to come back for Seth Rollins? And he's kind of been teasing it a little bit on social media, like, you remember me, Seth, and stuff like that. Then imagine if he came back to face Seth. That would be a great match to see for his first match back, and definitely showing what he can really do. And the first one, I would have to go with Johnny Gargano. I mean, if Triple H is really running and he really wants Johnny Gargano back, that would be a great match for Johnny Gargano on his first match back in his first night. And a win over Seth Rollins. Because if there's a surprise opponent, more than likely they're gonna beat Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah. So go ahead.
Because I know they said they want to push that match between Riddle and Seth back to Clash at the Castle. That's where they're pushing it back to for now. So maybe you just have like a one night appearance by somebody. Maybe you just have Johnny Gargano have a one match with Seth Rollins, and then he just do whatever he wants to do after that in WWE.
I definitely could say that. There's only two guys who I could see potentially, being Seth Rollins, like Mr. Opponent, because like there's no way that they're gonna leave Seth Rollins off this card.
No,
And who knows? And maybe that injury with Riddle could be kayfabe. I have no idea. Only WWE really knows. I mean, it's only reports that it's kayfabe.
I just thought about one, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
You said Orton?
No, what about LA Knight?
I doubt that would happen.
If he gets repackaged back to like the LA Knight gimmick from NXT, because people used to love him in NXT, he would definitely put up a good match against Seth.
I would love him to get repackaged. That'd be good.
That Max Dupree thing is not doing it for me.
Max Dupree. I actually kind of like it a little bit. I mean, it's
cool, but it just doesn't feel the same as LA Knight.
So who is Maxine Dupree? Isn't it?
She's from NXT as well.
NXT UK.
I don't do much.
Is it Jenny? Is it Jenny?
No, that's not Jenny. I forgot her name, but she was in NXT for a little bit. But she was mainly like on NXT and NXT Level Up.
Oh, okay, so it's not from NXT UK.
No.
Well, that's unfortunate because I was thinking it was going to be Jenny from NXT UK.
That would be cool.
But no, back to my main point here. So I definitely think my number one, I definitely think it could be Bray Wyatt. Just going back to their feud and stuff. Back when it was Bray Wyatt. Completely squashed Rollins. Wait, no, was it it was Bray Wyatt that squashed Rollins. When that red lighting and stuff. Yeah,
that was I don't know.
That was a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that match was atrocious. I don't know why that match ended like that.
So maybe they have a rematch and it's better this time.
Yeah.
And like you said, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of things on social media go like, hey, yeah, it's going to be Bray Wyatt, and like a lot of different news sources saying that it could be him, which would be pretty cool. This game come back. Then again, that'd be cool if Triple H comes out and say, hey, you hear this rebel heart. Like I would just mark the hell out to see
if when we live stream tomorrow, and if I see that, just know I'm losing my mind. Instantly.
Yeah, I might lose my shit for that if we see Johnny Gargano come out, because like this is what we wanted to see. Like when Triple H was running NXT. Like this is the wrestling, this is the WWE that we wanted, and to see Johnny Gargano instead of freaking Rollins, I would lose my shit. Some great wrestling, like it took some time, we saw this, kind of the seeds that they were planting, for what they wanted to do with NXT, what Triple H wanted to do, and then of course Vince had to take over.
Glad he's out the door.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, on the past video we did, I mean, yeah, you gotta give Vince for his, his props here, okay?
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, he's at the age where like he's not thinking right, like his brain doesn't think right anymore. His creative brain, his mind doesn't think right like it used to. That happens to everybody, once you get to a certain age, especially at his age. But yeah, I definitely think that my number one is probably Bray Wyatt. Or the Fiend, and then number two will probably be Johnny Gargano. And do you think that mystery opponent wins? Do you think they beat?
I think you have to have them win because you kind of see how they kind of.
Now, if it's Johnny Gargano, I don't think he'll win. But if it's Bray Wyatt, yeah, I definitely think Bray Wyatt would win.
I mean, it would be kind of strange to have Johnny face Seth because both of them are kind of technically Triple H guys, so. It just goes to show it's really going to come down to like who is Triple H going to lean more towards. You've seen how he kind of was with Seth, but now he has Johnny. So I don't know what you do with that. I would kind of be happy if Johnny won. I mean, Johnny, if he was to come back and then beat a high caliber talent like Seth Rollins, a multi-time world champion, that's going to really instantly put him in possibly the world title picture. and with Triple H running the things now, I can definitely see him possibly becoming WWE champion.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it'll be probably a few years, probably down the road, like before they would put the title on him, because
They
like
have
I
to build
saw,
him up first.
yeah, they got to build him up, and to be like it would be kind of wouldn't be believable to see Johnny Gargano be like Roman Reigns or someone like that. They would have to, really make
That
it
was the match I want to see, though. I
believable.
don't know.
I don't know if they had the right story for it, then yeah, that'd be cool to see.
Now,
But just having the matches, have a match. I mean, it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense.
there was a match I think people were kind of talking about. I think right before Johnny left, and they were just saying, like, I guess it was like some different scenarios, like dream matches that people wanted to see. And one of them that was I seen was Johnny Gargano versus Brock Lesnar.
That seems like a really odd match, but at the same time, I go like
But
that
it
would
could be it could be a good match because it has that David versus Goliath story attached to it, and then you have like, can the smaller guy overcome the bigger guy and the more powerful guy? So it's like it can work, and there I feel like Brock kind of works better with smaller guys. You've seen what he did with Finn Balor. You've seen what he's done with Daniel Bryan. You've seen what he could do with these smaller guys, even AJ Styles. The only one I don't understand why he didn't work well with him, I don't know if it's because he didn't like him or whatever, but it was Ricochet. I don't get it.
True. But yeah, I mean that was our also sidebar here. If you watched Impact last night, there was like they were like doing a video package for Alex Shelley, and it showed John Gargano on there, which was pretty cool. They showed John Gargano, like showing
Johnny Impact?
a whole bunch of wrestlers. I mean that's already John Morrison, so you can't be different from Morrison. Like John Morrison, he's one of there's so many different names, but yeah, Johnny Gargano. I didn't expect him to see him in there. Like they were basically giving the props to different wrestlers were giving their props um to Alex Shelley, which Alex Shelley, one of the greatest wrestlers, for Impact Wrestling or TNA.
Yep.
So I really wasn't expecting to see John Gargano. Like if I don't know, I doubt that Johnny Wrestling or John Gargano will go over to Impact, but hey, you never know. You never know. I mean that'd be pretty cool to see him over there. But yeah, that was our SummerSlam 2022 predictions, and there's no matches currently on the kickoff or the pre-show. Which
no, it's just like a 1 hour kickoff.
But as of recent, they haven't been doing matches on the kickoff, which like why do you need to have like a match on the kickoff? Why can't
it don't really matter anyway? So
I mean, yeah, like you said,
I think they did a kickoff match was probably like Extreme Rules last year.
Probably. I don't exactly know. I would have to look. But yeah, I mean, I think this could potentially be a good show. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to under the regime of Triple H, see what what he writes here. This is the start of Triple H's what he's going to be under creative. So this is going to be interesting to see how it goes. So I'm excited to see what happens. So yeah, I mean there's a few matches that we got opposite here. So like you got I think you got the Street Profits win. I got the Usos win for one match, and then what's the other match? I think it's Pat McAfee and Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I think those are the only two matches we didn't agree on.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see what happens here.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, Leo, go ahead and plug your stuff. Tell the good fans where they can find
my
you at.
YouTube name is Kicking It with Leo. I do wrestling content. I'm starting to do horror content, gaming reactions. I'm doing Raw reactions. I'm doing SmackDown reactions, AEW, NXT. I'm starting to get around to doing Impact as well. So stay tuned for those type of videos as well. And also, and we're on the road to 350 subscribers, you guys. I mean, we're almost there. Keep running up the likes, the comments, subscribes, sharing with your friends, and all that good stuff.
Awesome. And don't forget to subscribe to his channel, and his link will be down in the description below, so you guys can go click on that link and you guys can go follow over to his YouTube channel and go subscribe, go like his videos, do all that stuff and turn on his post notifications to be notified every time he makes a new video. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. While you're here, subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the dislike button. I'd rather preferably hit the like button. That helps me out. Helps out the YouTube algorithm. The more likes you do, the better. More people see my videos.
If
And
you
also,
don't
don't forget.
subscribe to our channels, if you don't subscribe to our channels,
You already know what's going to happen.
Like our videos, you won't just get one shot from Walter. You'll get two.
You get two.
So if you want your chest to look like Kobe Kingston, you better subscribe.
You better subscribe. And also turn on the post notification bell to my channel as well. And also, go subscribe to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic. And also go to Pro Wrestling Tees to go buy our fire merch over there. We got we got quite a bit different, t-shirts on there. We got like a sidebar t-shirt. We got an Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast t-shirt in multiple different colors. So that will also be down in the description below. So like I said, go follow everybody, like I said. And this is your boy Juggernaut saying peace out. And I will catch you guys in my next video, whenever that may be, which will probably be my SummerSlam review. We'll see what happens when I'm going to be reviewing that. But stay tuned for that. And for me and Leo, we'll say peace out. We'll talk to you guys later.
Later, guys.